I've been sitting here just pretty much staring at this camera for about the past 5 or 10 minutes, trying to figure out how I'm going to start this video off and fully articulate some of the things that I'm thinking and I'm feeling right now. If you've watched this channel over the past 5 years, well, you know that we deal strictly with historic topics. And one of the pieces of feedback that I've received from people is that this channel has been kind of like a relief, okay, kind of a safe place to get away from all of the craziness and all of the politics and things like that. And I've done my best to really maintain this channel as neutral ground. And we'll continue to do so. So I hope that over the past few years, I've built up enough trust with you all that you'll afford me just this one opportunity to comment on a few current things, knowing that it is not going to be a regular thing on this channel. I have no interest in commenting on current events or anything like that. A few days ago, I saw a video coming out of North Carolina of just this brutal murder of a young, beautiful Ukrainian refugee who was just riding on the subway and was not causing any trouble, was not being loud, was not doing anything but minding her own business, and was senselessly and brutally stabbed by what I can only describe as just this demon of a human being. And after the stabbing, you see this poor girl's face that is initially a look of shock, and then just absolute terror, and then sadness, because she knows that she is about to die. And ever since I have seen that video, I have not been able to get those images out of my head. And when I see this poor girl and see her just in complete fear and see her bleeding out with people on the subway watching it happen, as a father, I can't help but think of my own girls who are also Ukrainian, who came from Ukraine. I don't think there's a real man alive who has seen that video who hasn't wished that they could have been there on that train in that moment to help that girl and to deal with that horrible man who did what he did to her. So I've been feeling just pretty dark about that over the past few days, and then today saw the horrible news and the video of Charlie Kirk being shot and killed at an event in Utah. For those of you who are maybe unaware of who Charlie Kirk was, Charlie Kirk was a conservative voice and influencer with an organization called Turning Point USA. And really kind of his claim to fame is that he would go to college campuses and he would go to public squares and he would hold civil debates with people. And if you watch the videos of him talking with people, he does it in a very respectful and again, very, very civil manner. It's not combative. He was extremely intelligent and also a very devout Christian, very godly man. And whether you agree with him or not, the one thing that you couldn't deny is that even with the people who he disagreed with the most, he would listen to them. You can watch him. He would put his microphone down. If somebody disagreed with him, they got to move to the front of the line, and then he would listen to them speak, and then he would respond, because he believed that a healthy country is one where there is civil debate and civil discourse. And when that breaks down, well then the only thing that's left is violence. And there was somebody who, at the time that I'm recording this video, is still on the loose, who believed that violence was the only answer, and that Charlie Kirk was a threat who had to be silenced, and as a result shot him in the neck and killed him. He has a beautiful wife and two beautiful kids that he left behind. He was only 31 years old. Again, I was always impressed by his intelligence and the way that he would carry on a debate with people, not just politically, but also on matters of faith. He was an extremely sharp man, and it's just so tragic to see him just be murdered in this fashion, and also in such a public way. Of course, if you go online now, what you're seeing is what you might expect. And it's a lot of argument. There's one side who is pointing to the fact that this is a gun problem. We have too many guns in this country, and this is the result. And the other side is saying this is a political problem, and that first there was an assassination attempt on Donald Trump, and now they're carrying out acts of violence on people who are Christians or who are conservative voices. And you know what? It's possible that both of those are true. I don't know. Maybe we do have a gun problem. Maybe we do have a political problem. I think that ultimately, though, our problems in this country are much deeper. I think that we have a spiritual problem that is disguised as a gun problem or a political problem. If you go back 20 years and look at the statistics, 20 years ago, around 42% of the people in this country reported that they attended a religious service either weekly or close to it. Within 10 years, that number had fallen from 42% to 38%. And in the past 10 years, that number has fallen from 38% to 30%. Now, I know that correlation doesn't always equal causation, but sometimes it does. And ask yourself, in the past 20 years, as this country has become more irreligious, has it improved or has it got worse? And whether you are liberal or conservative, Democrat, Republican, male, female, regardless of where you are, your race or any of that, I think most people would look around and say, things have gotten worse. It feels like we are kind of descending into a pretty dark place. But I also know that what drives out darkness is light. So again, these are raw, unfiltered thoughts that you're getting from me right now, and what I would encourage everyone who's watching to do. There's going to be a lot of blame going around after this. There's going to be a lot of anger. There's a lot of anger about that poor girl who was murdered a few days ago. Maybe ask the question, what is in your power to control? What can you do? Well, you can seek out the light. I know that's what I will be doing. So I would encourage you, maybe it's been a while since you've been in a church, or maybe you've never been. I would encourage you to find a good church and try it out. Pick up a Bible. Maybe you haven't picked up one in a long time. Because the only thing that is going to help this country and help this world is a push towards the light. again, sad for Charlie Kirk and for his family and what they must be going through right now. And I think based on the things that I've seen with Charlie Kirk and his faith, I think he would say the same things. Don't resort to violence. Don't give in to the darkness. Start reaching for the light, which Charlie would say comes through Christ. So again, thanks for giving me the freedom to maybe just throw out a few unfiltered thoughts.